No matter what swing you have, if you're slicing to the right, you're hitting with the back of your left hand in an open position at impact. And what I mean by that is that when you come to impact, you're hitting with the side of your hand instead of the back of your hand. So what I want you to do to practice that is switch the place that you have the torque on the club, put it more toward the grip end of the club, and now just practice turning the back of your left hand and squaring it up. Any slice correction that somebody tries that doesn't include squaring the back of the left hand is probably not going to work. You've got to get the feeling of squaring the back of your left hand at impact, getting it to face the target, and this added weight of the torque at the grip will make it easier for you to feel your hands turning as you come through the shot. But just in case things don't go according to plan, I'm going to show you how to fix the two most common ball flight mistakes in golf: slicing and hooking. This is a club that gives most golfers their biggest trouble, the driver. And first off, I want to explain to you why. The main reason is because a driver is the straightest face club in your bag. My driver has 9 degrees loft, but drivers generally have anywhere between 7 and say 11 degrees of loft, which means that when you contact the ball, you're contacting right on the center of the ball. You're not hitting underneath it much at all. And if the club face is either open or closed just a few degrees, you're going to get a maximum amount of side spin, more than you'd get with any other club. That's why the driver is the hardest to hit. Most golfers that play the game slice the ball to the right. Probably 90% of the people that play golf slice the ball to the right. I want to show you some tips on how you're going to fix that slice and how you can use the Torc Swingtrainer to help you better feel what you need to do to fix your slice. To do this, I'm putting the torque on near the head of the club. Golfers that slice the golf ball swing with the golf club coming down on too steep of a swing. The club comes down on this steep swing plane, their hands reverse rotate, and the club face comes in open, coming into the golf ball at impact. That's the #1 reason why golfers slice. Too steep of a swing coming into the golf ball, hands reverse rotating, club face coming in open, and the ball curves off to the right. One of the best little practice routines you can go through, and the torque really helps you to do this, is hold the golf club up off the ground and take some practice swings as if you were hitting a baseball. You'll feel a couple things. You'll feel your shoulders turning as you go back and through. You'll feel your arms rotating as you go back and through. And you'll feel the club face working open to closed as you come through the shot. So it's opening a little bit in the backswing. It's closing a little bit as you come through in the through swing. The added weight of the torque at the end of the club gives you a little extra turn in the backswing, which helps anyone that's trying to correct their slice, getting a little more around and behind the golf ball. And you'll also be able to feel, because of the weight at the end of the club, you'll feel that club turning over as you come through. It's a great little practice routine for anyone that has a tendency to curve the golf ball to the right, especially if they've got that straight up and down swing. Now, the most common swing that you see with golfers that slice is they take the golf club back, and they swing the club back to the inside, too rapidly to the inside in the backswing, they lift it up, and then they come down over the top. They're coming down on that steep plane that I just spoke of. By putting the weight of the torque on the end of the club, it's a great way for you to practice what you're trying to accomplish in the downswing. You can feel the golf club lowering and the head of the club lowering, and in essence flattening the shaft out a little bit. When that golf club comes down on a flatter plane, your hands are going to square up a lot more naturally as you come through. So anyone who has a tendency to hit over the top, if they will practice with the torque on the end of the club, feeling that extra weight, kind of letting it drop a little bit behind you and flattening out, so to speak, that puts the club on a bigger arc and will make it much easier for you to square your hands at impact. Now that takes care of the #1 mistake in golf. 90% of the people that play golf, as I said, slice the golf ball. The other 10% hook. I want to talk about fixing that mistake, because when you hook the golf ball, obviously you're doing the opposite of the person that slices it. The slicer was coming down too steep, straight down into the ball. And the golfers that hook have the club coming too far from inside or behind them. And the golf club is swinging on too much of an arc. This arc causes the club face to close as you come through. One of the things that you can work on is making sure, by having this weight of the torque up by the grip end, you can make sure that the club starts back up on the plane, and it's a great little practice routine. And this really goes for golfers that either slice or hook. If you've got a problem with your takeaway, the best way for you to practice, if it's an inside takeaway, is having this weight of the torque up by the grip and feel your hands cocking the club up just a little bit. This is how I'd waggle the club as I'm getting ready to take it back. An on-plane takeaway is a real key to getting an on-plane backswing. Golfers that tend to hook the ball a lot have a tendency to get the club in and a little bit steep and then flatten it back down. By getting the golf club on a better plane in the backswing, it gives you a better chance to get the golf club coming down in front of you in the downswing. This is the most common mistake of better players. It's one of the things you see the touring pros working on all the time on TV, trying to get the golf club down in front of them instead of having it being stuck behind them. This is where the added weight of the torque can really help you to feel the golf club coming down on the correct plane. What you want to feel is that your left arm is rotating down and into your side. This gets the golf club coming down in front of you instead of being stuck behind you. The added weight of the Torc Swingtrainer near the grip makes it easier for you to rotate your arms down and in front of your body. Getting that golf club down and on the correct plane will enable you to come in at the correct angle of approach also. Now, once you've got the golf club coming down on a better plane, you've probably got most of your hook fixed. But if you're still hooking the golf ball to the left, you're going to need to feel like you're delaying the hit. Most golfers that hook will tend to let the club cross over in front of their hands. It's actually a bit of an early release. And the way that you'll want to practice this is take the Torc Swingtrainer, put it near the head of the club, and take some practice swings where you feel the club lagging as you come down. The added weight at the head will make it easier for you to feel the club head lagging behind and in essence delaying the hit. The more you delay the hit, the more the club face is going to be square at impact. People that hook the golf ball hit a little too early. If you delay the hit, you'll take that hook out. So take some practice swings and feel the club head lagging back and staying back as you start down. When you start the golf club down, it's going to feel like your arms are lowering the club, but the head of the club is staying back. Your feet are starting to roll in towards the target. I'm transferring my weight from the right heel to the left toe. Shoulders are staying back. Club's lagging. I'm delaying the hit coming into the golf ball. Well, hopefully we've got your hook fixed. I've given you some tips if you're a slicer on how to fix your slice. But I know that every golfer who plays the game would like to hit the ball farther. So next, I'm going to give you some tips and some pointers on how you can increase your distance by using the Torc Swingtrainer.